challenged with the idea of how do you interact with people who voted for this, right? If you are an LGBTQ person and someone in your family voted essentially against your rights, or you're a woman knowing that, this man was calling people the B word. J.D. Vance was literally calling Kamala Harris the trash and said, we're going to take out the trash. I know a lot of Black women were incredibly triggered by that. And if you then meet somebody and they voted for the people who called you trash, or if you're Puerto Rican, and someone voted that way, do you recommend, just from a psychological standpoint, being around them? We got the holidays coming up.
So I love that you asked this question, because, there is a push, I think just a societal norm, that if somebody is your family, that they are entitled to your time. And I think the answer is absolutely not. So if you are going to a situation where you have family members, where you have close friends who have voted in ways that are against you, like what you said, against your livelihood, and it's completely fine to not be around those people and to tell them why, to say, I have a problem with the way that you voted because it went against my very livelihood, and I'm not going to be around you this holiday. I need to take some space for me. And I actually...
Wow.
So first she's a child psychologist.
Yeah. She's Yale psychiatrist, Amanda Calhoun. Again, she's advising family members to break off ties with Trump supporters. What in the world?
Let me look. These people, they are not just nutty. I've been saying this for I don't know how long. They are mean, okay? They are mean. And I'm saying that in the real sense of the word. At their core, they are mean. Does that mean that any of us, whatever side, does that mean we never do things that are wrong or no? But they are mean at their core. You have a psychiatrist advocating that people separate themselves based on how someone votes from their families and friends, particularly over the holidays. A psychiatrist should be science driven, and to say during the holidays, suicide goes up when you're not with your family and friends. We have mounds and mounds of evidence. So why would you tell people who already have, particularly are prone to mental illness over the holidays, all of those things kind of go out the roof. You're going to tell them to separate from people who love them based on the way they vote. Now, let me say this also. I am not for advocating for anyone to be with whomever if you are being abused, physically, verbally abused, if you are being all manner of evil is being done to you. Of course you separate yourselves, family or friends. You separate yourself. You have a right to self-protection. But these people are mean, okay? They are mean. And I'm saying that literally. They are mean. If you want to use the word evil, that's fine. Because nobody, a psychiatrist no less, in their right, healthy, sane thinking will tell people to separate from people who love you and care for you based on how they vote, especially around the holiday times. These people mean no good. They are mean. They are intolerant. They are bigoted. And this is what drives them. Their politics drive them.
I agree with every word of that, every single word of that. We have got to get back to talking about things that are hard. We can no longer afford to put our head in the sand and say, well, if I don't say anything, then the issue just goes away. It just kind of festers. Talking about religion, talking about politics, and teaching your kids, especially your younger children, to be open-minded, to hear the other side. You don't necessarily have to agree, especially if it goes against your personal ethics, your personal character. But you do have to listen. You do have to listen, because no one's right 100% of the time. This is advocating for, if I can't have my way, I'm taking my ball and I'm going home. This is not how the United States is supposed to be. And over time, what's going to happen is if you encourage people to continue to isolate themselves, they will become the outliers. They will become the people in the family that we haven't heard from in 6 months, 8 months, a year, and wondering what's going on with, Sheila over here we haven't seen in forever. You have to confront things. Having hard conversations is a big part of adulthood. And to have a mental health professional telling you to avoid having those conversations is just counterproductive. It's absolutely insane.
Absolutely. Yeah. Folks, these first of all, please hit the like button. Hit the like button. We don't have enough likes on this post, guys, this broadcast. We got to get the likes up. We want to increase our footprint on YouTube. We have to, because of people like Joy Reid, like The View. We want to get them out and get more voices like ours in. But beyond that, the Democrat machine, Democrat pundits, they know exactly what they're doing. They are using fear. They are using emotionalism. They are trying to push this idea of racism and division, not because they believe it, but they're doing this because they know the masses, or there's a segment of society that they're trying to get riled up to produce chaos, because this is what Marxists do. And behind the Democrat Party, the fuel of it, the gasoline behind it, is Marxism. And so this is why they know they cannot no longer run on issues. They can no longer run on issues and economy and things like that. So they push fear, name call, demonize us as conservatives, as Trump supporters, trying to split us by socioeconomics, by race, by gender. This is what they are trying to do. And God, I pray that this does not work. I pray it's not working. I mean, maybe this is a sign as the result of this election that it's not working, but they don't have anything to run on. Look at Kamala Harris. Nicole, you were talking about this earlier. Her campaign, she raised $1 billion in money, and now she's in the rears. Is that right?
$20 million short. And, there's rumors going around that her staff isn't going to get paid on time because they're running in arrears. But, Donald Trump, being who Donald Trump is, has, in theory, suggested that he'd be happy to step in with campaign funds to help, because we ran a very, very fiscally conservative campaign. Here's the thing. When you're paying Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion, and all these people to come out and stump for you, LeBron James, yada, 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 the problem is these aren't regular people. When you're trying to corral the vote of your average American, you can't line up a bunch of billionaires to talk to me. They don't know anything about not affording your groceries. They don't know anything about having 2 jobs and Instacarting on the weekends to make your ends meet. They don't know anything about that kind of life. So while it's entertaining to see Meg Thee Stallion twerking and Glorilla doing her thing, very interesting to see, it has nothing to do with my day-to-day life, and you don't earn my vote by entertaining me. That's not how that works. They have not yet learned the lesson. When you listen to the things that they're saying, they have every excuse in the book. It's his fault. It's her fault. All of a sudden, it's Joe Biden's fault. I mean, this man is sitting in the White House eating his ice cream, minding his damn business. None of this is his fault. Not one bit of this is his fault. It's 100% their fault. They did not have a primary that allowed them to pick better people. They didn't do that. They coordinated her, jammed her down their throats, and expected America to follow behind. And I could tell you this, I am so proud of the American public who looked at this woman and said, not her. Yeah. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
I got two things I want to say. Number one, that psychiatrist, I think it was, she said, it's okay that we have to start telling our family and friends, I don't want to spend time with you. You voted against my interests. Notice these people never consider that same mindset works in the opposite way.
Thank you.
You voted against my interests, but okay, we're having dinner. We're having, the holidays, we're together. This is not the time and the place to upset everybody and it turned everything upside down. They don't care what they destroy. They don't care how they do it, when they do it, or where they do it. Number 2, I want to make a distinction. KJ, you're right. You're talking about the Democratic machine. They don't believe this. They're using these words and these ideas to fuel up people and get them riled up. Well, guess what? the second half to that, the other side of the coin, is that there are people on their side that do believe it. They're groupies, if you will. They're henchmen. They're ground crew, as I'm calling them. These are the people who are wound up, and they do use these people to go out and do their dirty work for them. These are the people that are starting to riot. You can just you see it brewing. These are the people that they use while they sit in their mansions and gated communities in their 24-hour 100% security. These are the people, they're going to be protected from all of that. They're going to be secure, but their ground men will get hemmed up, right? They're going to harm other people. They might get harmed. And as soon as the police and other authorities come to rein them in, then these people, the machine part of it, the elites are going to start yelling, police brutality and all of this stuff. This is on purpose. This is intentional.